Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? Thank you for joining the Lounge Talk. Please, if you haven't done so, let me know if you can hear me. We are doing a new thing today since all the brothers in different area codes got a lot of things going on. So please let me know if you can hear me. Thank y'all for joining the Lounge Talk. Tonight is an awesome topic. We will be discussing the circle. Who is in your circle? Who you dealing with? Who you dealing with personally? What's up, Darren? What's going on, my boy? Darren Hunley. Wow. That's
Crip.
hey, boy, keys out the hey, dude, killer on the keys.
Yeah.
And I don't be saying that about everybody. Monstrous. But let me know how y'all day was. What's up, P? What's up, Nick? Let me know how
Yeah.
y'all guys' day was. We're gonna start out with Nick. We're gonna do our best to not
Right.
overtalk each other because we're gonna talk tonight.
Hey man, I'm
So,
feeling
hey, Nick,
good,
how was your
man.
day, man? Let me know.
I'm feeling good, feeling good. I'm feeling empowered, actually. We're not gonna lie to you. So we'll dive in. We'll get into
Yeah. Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Urban
For
Dr.
sure.
P, what's happening, bang? How was your day
Man,
today?
man, pretty good, man. Enjoying this weather. We had a little rain, a couple days ago, but enjoying the sunshine. Just another day to be grateful, another day to try to get it right. You feel me?
Most definitely, most definitely, most
Talk about
definitely,
it.
most
Talk
definitely,
about it.
most definitely. Uh, Man, thank you. Who's that? Darrell. Appreciate you.
HD.
We thank y'all so much for joining the lounge talk. We gonna get into it, not into it with each other, but we gonna get into this topic because tonight, and I believe this topic can really help us no matter what stage we are in our life. We need to know about who's in our circle. Your circle is either gonna make you or your circle is either gonna kill you. Uh, Depending on who's in your circle, y'all, it all depends who you are surrounded by. Circles may vary for different people because sometimes we have more than one circle. We'll get into all that. Yeah, we're gonna talk about people in our circles and stuff like that. Uh, but I want to know, especially from you, Pernell, and from you, Nick. I want to know what do you describe, or how do you define what a circle is for you? So we'll start with Nick.
Yeah.
A circle. I say your circle is your nucleus. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way I can put it. That's your immediate people that you can call on and they can call on you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think you're a big representation of your circle. And likewise, you know what I'm saying? Your circle should be a representation of you. But I agree from your standpoint too. Like you do have multiple circles for multiple reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the circle that we speaking about directly, is like your circle. And
Right,
that's the ones that like, no judgment gonna come through. They can call you for whatever, but vice versa is mutual. It's just a very, very mutual relationship. Yeah. Should be at least, but yeah, your circle.
right. P, go ahead, man.
Man,
Some
no, I totally agree with both of y'all. And not to make it more, I guess you make it more intense because I believe we dealing with a tight circle. It's when I can make that phone call to you and it's wee hours of the morning. You know what I'm saying? It could
Yeah.
be,
mhm.
hey, I'm driving, late night road trip. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody to keep me
Right.
up for a few hours or at least an hour till I make it to my destination.
Yeah.
And like you say, that dependability, I don't know if that's a word, but just to be
It is today.
dependable. Yeah.
Hey,
It
hey,
is today.
we in the
Right.
line. It's cool.
Yeah, we're in the lab. So we
Yeah.
straight.
We,
Yeah. So that's the biggest part. I know especially for I just put it on manhood to really like show up. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like, hey, meet me here. And that time with me, like, five what that boy Kanye said, 5 hours later, I'll be there in 5 minutes. I don't need that type of, friend on the bowl, but just when I say something or vice versa, if they be like, hey man, I need you here, like you gonna
mhm.
show up. suited and booted.
Right, 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 right,
Yeah.
right,
Real
right. So
quick, why you saying that? I don't mean to cut nobody off. Keep y'all
Yeah.
thoughts, but why you saying that? I literally just Googled, circle. Literally, it says the circle shape of a circle, the circular shape of a circle represents continuity, um, and the cycle nature of life. It is a symbol of infinite cycles where endings lead to new beginnings. Circles remind us that life is not static, but rather continuous journey of growth and transformation.
wow.
That's
Dope.
crazy.
It
So
is.
you
That's
know
crazy.
what? When I'm dealing with circles, because I do have different area of circles. I
Yeah,
have my tight circles,
yeah.
because you can't. People call it fake, but you can't be your true self around everybody because everybody can't handle your true self.
True, true.
Uh,
Everybody
uh,
can't handle. Well, how about this? Everybody won't receive your version of you.
yeah, but let me know if you're ready to wax deep. If
We gonna
if
talk
we
about
say
it.
if
We gonna
because if
talk
we
about it.
say
Because look,
surface, I'm gonna keep it surface.
because
But if we
because
ready to
check this
wax
out.
deep,
Because
then
check this out. Check this out. Especially when I'm around people that I know they're not tight knit in their faith, they ain't ready for real James.
yeah,
And I don't want to be a stumbling block for certain people.
right.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm getting at when I'm around certain people. Now, if I'm around the homies, like bro, they gonna get true, authentic me. Not saying that I'm fake around others, but they not getting. Some people ain't getting everything.
So
If you
Yeah.
if you get
let me give you a paradigm,
all right,
right?
come on.
You are James.
Yes,
I've seen James in the church. I've seen James at his home. I've seen James at a family reunion. I saw the same person. The things that you discussing are behaviors. Everybody don't get the same behavior out of you, but you are
yeah, that's what I'm
James.
saying.
Yeah, so that's
Got
still you though. You're being authentic. Every time I've seen you, you've been authentic. Like regardless if you was in
Well,
the beginning, I wasn't always comfortable with you. You wasn't always comfortable with me, but you were James. Like you show up as James. I think you're very appropriate. I think that's the perfect way to. Like, you're very appropriate. You know when and where. Like that's something that a lot of people should learn. Is just how to, you know what I mean, how to appropriate yourself. You are
right.
very appropriate though. So yeah, just to yeah,
That's thank you. That's
but yeah,
the best
clarity.
analogy that uh that you can come up with because that's what I meant. Like
yeah, 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 yeah,
some
yeah.
people, if they saw family reunion, James, whoa,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what's going on, my boy?
Yeah.
I know because Nick, you see me in family reunion,
Come
James.
on, come
James
on.
P, you've known family reunion, James, your
Yeah.
whole life, bro.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
straight up.
So we understand. Everybody can't handle the full you. So
Yeah.
sometimes I'm gonna be reserved
Yeah. But that's
because
still James. That's all I'm saying.
that's
Is
yeah, that's still
that's
me.
still
That's
James.
still
Yeah.
me. That's
You
still
still
me.
being
That's
yourself.
still me.
Still
That's
being
still
yourself.
me. Because one thing when Chris, I'm gonna throw you on the bus real quick. Um, and I love you. That's my wife, y'all. Crystal Levy Franklin is my wife. I am about to throw her smooth
Shout
under the
out.
bus.
Look
But guess
at,
what?
look at.
But guess what though? But guess what though? She protected though. The bus gonna hit a pothole. So Crystal was like, listen, I don't know. I didn't know we could have got. I don't think we could have got married because I need to see you in turn up time. I don't think you can turn up. I was like, Crystal, I
Oh,
can definitely turn. I
right,
definitely can
right.
turn up. I definitely can turn up. And
Yeah.
she was like, I don't know because I was reserved. I wanted to
Yeah.
see, can she handle the reserve me? Now, when I get turned up, I get turned up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so,
She
a
found
lot
out.
of
She found
times,
out real quick that that lion can roar,
a
huh?
rude.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so sometimes, a lot of people, and especially when we're married, we grew together. So she know all the Jameses. She know
Right,
the
right, right.
irritated James, mad James, joking James. Cause she'll pull me to the side and be like, "You really not joking. You really was serious."
Yeah, yeah.
For
But she know
serious.
all that about me because she's in a part of that circle, that close circle. And so I believe. certain people aren't ready for that intimate circle, and not just necessarily intimate, love making, but intimate, like sharing details about yourself. Everybody ain't ready for that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Talk about
so,
it.
yeah, like, I know P. I've been, in settings to where we can trust each other. Nick, we can trust each other
Yeah,
with, some vulnerable stuff, because we've been around each other for a minute. We know,
right.
like,
Yeah.
so. A lot of people need to guard who is in their circle, because I guarantee whoever's in your circle has keys to your downfall.
Keys. Whew.
If they wanted to and they were snakish,
For sure.
they could destroy you.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you need to be careful who's in your circle.
Yeah.
Cause and y'all,
Everybody don't need access to your trip.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody, yeah. I feel what
You
you're saying.
show me a dude that's down on his luck, I'll find the snake somewhere.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll find the snake somewhere. It's somewhere in the grass,
for sure.
but I'll
Somewhere.
find it. Cause sometimes, and some folks have to learn the hard way. We gotta test people sometimes. You
Yeah.
gotta test them. But what's y'all input about that? Circle and uh
Yeah, take, hey, go ahead, P. I
Oh
want it.
well, no, for sure. I know you got a powerful proposition you know present us with. Um, but as we was had been talking about this circle thing. Uh, I'll go back to early childhood
Mm,
into graduating through the process through the years of now. My circle I had back when I was in I'll just say high school. It ain't the same, but a few people fell off. You know what I'm saying? We
mm-hmm.
didn't necessarily keep in touch and all that kind of stuff. But I can say the core of my circle that I did have in high school, like we still rock. Like we
yeah,
still at least talk to each other once a month, you know what I mean? But also too, I think why the other ones fell off and why I still have somewhat of the core is because everybody was doing their own work and maturing as they
Mm-hmm.
went through their life experience, or maybe it might have been some conversations that we had to where we understood where each other were at, you know. Uh, and there was a few seasons where I didn't talk to my homies for a while. It wasn't no diss, but
yeah,
it
Right.
was like just putting in the work. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
can't I can't keep telling the homies, I'm trying to get big and I ain't in the gym or I ain't doing my cardiovasculars, you know what I'm saying? My like I need to be.
Right.
And I know a lot of people, what I've seen the separation is a lot of people do a lot more talking than doing. And it
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
piggybacks on what we were saying earlier about that circle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, man, like I got to be around some doers,
Right.
because at times I might necessarily not have the juice, and I get the energy off of the homie. You know what I'm saying? Off of them doing what they doing while they on they square. They concerned about me, but they necessarily doing their own work, which is inspirational. You know what I'm saying? And you can gain
Yeah.
a new muscle when you got a good core like that. But uh to try to I think right now I'm in this season of where I'm trying to even be careful of the circle of what I'm listening to and what
Ooh,
I'm watching.
Ooh.
podcast over.
Right.
Podcast, we
Yeah.
done. That's it, folks. We can go ahead and get out of
No,
here.
no,
Good
I'm
night,
like
ladies and gentlemen.
I'm serious, bro. Um
Talk about it.
like I
Let's hear
barely
it.
watch TV now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I'm if I'm watching something, it's something I'm interested in, like something I'm gaining knowledge and
Yeah,
something that I'm gonna execute on later. You know
yeah.
what I mean? And I'm very leery of who I'm telling like my future plans to, because like you said earlier, James, it's like you might think the homies for you or your family is with you, but you could tell them something and they be like, "Boy, get out of here. That ain't never gonna work." You're like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm. Be your
I
own
thought you,
people, bruh.
yeah, I thought you're supposed to be my fam."
I
You know
thought
what
you
I'm
was my
saying?
cousin.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? But like I say, the older I've gotten, um, and this old man once told me, like, real men move in silence. And at first I was like, what? But then as I got older, it made sense
Mm-hmm.
it's not taken away from the things that's happening. It's just like Frank Lucas on the movie where Denzel was playing what was that, American Gangster, where he was like the loudest ninja in the room, is gonna be the one that get, caught, you know what I mean? And people watching you, they calculating your moves. But if you in the room, they know you there, but they don't know what you really the work you doing,
Right, right, right.
you're
Mm-hmm.
able to control, you know what I'm saying, in a sense, your destination with I say with least distraction as possible. Again, that's because family, friends, what you're listening to, what you're watching, all that is a part of your circle. So I'm in a phase now, man, where I'm really trying to have a core nucleus to where every time the cycle I have, like Nick gave the definition earlier, it's I'm actually elevating in this season versus being on that hamster wheel type of cycle. You know what I mean? I'm really just trying to graduate and get a new cap and gown, if that makes sense.
Mm, mm.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
what Lady
But
J said. She said, "Beware of destiny killers.
yeah,
Nah, for real.
all facts, no
Nah,
fiction.
for real. Nah, for real.
Don't have your dreams in the first 48.
Mm, mm.
That's a good narrative.
Say
Don't
it,
have your
say it, Don.
dreams on the first 48." But now I'm gonna let you go, Nick. One thing,
Are you good?
and just because, and let me put this out here, just because like if we don't talk no more, doesn't mean I'm your destiny killer. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Straight
Just
up.
because we,
Yeah, dude.
even if
Nah, I'm playing, I'm playing,
there's
I'm
people
playing,
that
I'm
I
playing.
fell out with,
Yeah, dude.
there's people that I fell out with. I know their dreams, I know their ambitions, and I will not be a stumbling block for them because that's not the type of person that I am.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, one thing about my circles is I have different levels of my circles. Jesus had 12 disciples, but he had three that he was close knit with: Peter, James, and John. So he had 12. He had 12 of his boys, but he had three. So he had a circle, and in that circle, he had a circle of trust. All right. So sometimes we put the wrong people in the wrong circles, and we wonder
Mm.
why our life is like uh the little piggies that built the house out of sticks.
Yeah.
And we wonder why things don't pan out because sometimes we share too much details with the wrong individuals. And like you said, P, we gotta shut up sometimes.
Yeah,
We
but
gotta shut up and then be about our business because a busy man ain't doing all that talking.
nah.
Go ahead, Nick. I'm sorry, my fault.
No, no, man, stop it, man. You good. You wax a D. Y'all, hey, y'all both done wax D. Ain't no sense with D. You feel?
Let me
For
take a
real.
Man,
tea.
Like,
Let me take a tea break. Go ahead.
I really relate, like, man, thoroughly to exactly what both of y'all was saying. I think like too, like so I took it to another level, like after, going to like and seeking help, like going to different conferences, like going to like what I'm saying, reading self-help book, professional development books, like
Mm.
really studying and learning and like about myself, what I'm saying, to
right.
see where I add value, you know what I mean? So I look at every human being as valuable, but
Mm-hmm.
they may not be valuable for and that's a great thank you, God. The ones that add the most value, that I see the most value, that is my nucleus. That's
Mm.
my nucleus. And
Mm.
I don't mean like what you could do for me. I mean like the most, I add the most value to you, you add the most value to me. We add a
Right.
mutual value or
Right.
somewhere similar that, we add value to each other. And, it happens natural. Like, you know what I mean? Like most people, it's about whatever your compass is. Most people have
Mm-hmm.
a compass that really, it magnetizes towards who are there for them the most. Like just there and that just going strictly off that. Some people is just like, man, like we talked about earlier, like who I can call on. And those seem similar, but they have a lot of differences. Like I know people that I can call, like you said, 4 in the morning, I'm on the road. But I also have people that like, hey, I need you to help me get some crowdfunding for this event that I want to really host this. And hey, I want like, but again, I only look at my direct siblings and my two siblings and my mom as like different from anybody else. Other than that, I look at everybody kind of as a spider web, my focus right now is making it to where there's an event or there's a situation that there's an occurrence that this spider web connects to this web. So like say I knew Pete, but I didn't like how you just did with me and Pete. You knew me, you knew Pete. And then you
Yep.
brought us together. Hey, this is something powerful. That's where my mind really, my gears get to turning on that. Like, okay, how can I get a little bit to meet, I don't know, Michelle Obama. I have a connection with her. Where do they meet? You know what I mean? And then something powerful comes from that. So like I said, like a circle is the great way to put it. I love that. Absolutely. But I think where my mind kind of like really operates and generates from like I look at it like a web. And there's ones where I'm the center of this web, though that's like, the nucleus, where,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the ones that's really, really
Mm-hmm.
close to me. And I do it by access, the ones who have the most access to me. That could be my
Gotcha.
information. That could be, my location, where I am, where whatever. So that whoever has the most access to me and I have the most access to, that's with anything. Those happen to be my nucleus. That, of course, my sister, brother, and mom. But I mean, outside of that, just like circle of friends, I
Right.
say access. Like, could I call you if I needed help to get into this? Or, could you call me if you needed help to get in this? Can we bounce ideas off each other? You know
Right.
what I
Right.
mean? Do you see
Yeah.
my value as much as I see your
See
value?
yours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I'm coming from when I say that.
That's deep. Yeah.
And one
Super deep.
thing to add to that, Nick, the one thing, and this I'm about to get on pet peeve mode right here.
Let's go.
One thing that bothers me, especially if I consider you in my circle, and then these are learning experiences,
Yeah.
is that you not pouring in to me
Mm.
the same way I'm pouring into you. Case in point, I'm around a lot of musicians.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, let's say, hey, bruh, I got this gig, yada 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 yada. Uh, it's paying this much, this much, this much. All right, cool, cool, cool. On the flip side, I'm getting all the gigs, but I'm never telling, oh, buddy, I'm putting them on or nothing. And I know his aspirations are trying to make it out there as a musician or trying to make it out there with his music. And I'm just hogging all the stuff, the
Gatekeeping.
money.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
like gatekeeping. Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't at all. I don't
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
And people in other circles won't let other people, necessarily not in their intimate circle, but in that circle of opportunity. That bothers me to my core.
Yeah.
We got it with
Mm.
musicians, we got it with artists, and y'all, we got it with preachers. There's a
Yeah.
lot of preachers. I'm not going to even say nothing about Pastor Jackson. I'm talking about me. Okay, there's a lot of preachers that won't even put me on their platform. I'm not in their circle. I'm not in their
Yeah.
plug.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And
But
so,
never forget. Never forget.
go ahead.
Go
Never
ahead.
forget that God will prepare. Come on now. Come
Oh
on
yeah,
now.
most definitely,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Come on. In
Yeah.
God
front of
can
who? All right then.
God
All
can
right then.
overlook a circle. Most
For
definitely,
sure. For sure.
most definitely.
Yeah.
Um,
But even
but
though
it's
too,
our
not to cut you off, but even though remember what I said before the podcast started, we was just talking about how man, I had it. Give it to me, Lord. Man, I had it. Man. Right on the tip.
give it to
Oh,
him,
I got it.
Jesus.
I got it. There it is. Thank you, God.
It,
All right.
yeah.
So but we was talking about how like when you got your own table, right? So for instance, this is a table. Now I'm
Mm.
pretty sure there's people that's like, man, I want to be on there. I want to be on there. You don't see the value. That don't make you a bad person. You just don't see a value. You don't see where they
Right.
can add value. So now take that to where like somebody else having a platform, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
even say as bigger as in the powerful or the knowledge that's being given, but it may have more viewership. So
Mm-hmm.
that we might look at them as a table, like, man, if we was to get on NBC or whatever, ABC or PBS, whatever, then I think this will take it to da da da. They don't see us as in their circle, quote unquote. But I
Right.
now look at it as like, man, I no longer want to be like we was just talking about Eric Thomas. I don't want to. I used to really like, man, I got to find a way to get in the door. How can I help him? How can I? But now it's like, bro, you getting the help. You watching his videos. That's where you're getting the help from. So like, I
Hmm.
got my own table. If I've learned nothing else from him, I learned from him to build my own table.
Right.
Now
Right.
there
Mm-hmm.
may come a time where we cross paths, and because I built my table, but I already know who he is. Somewhere down the line, if God permits, we'll meet up and it'll be something powerful. He already know my cloth. I know his cloth. I don't have to bite down. It's contacts
Right.
that I have in my
Mm-hmm.
phone that I have never used. And I never used like six figure, like whatever mogul. They may be a mogul in their own right. They may do.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't see the value, I can have your number. I don't know why I'm gonna have it, but
Right.
or why I'm gonna need it. But it's like if I don't need it, I'm not just, hey dog, I just wanted to. I'm not
Yeah.
with the pseudo checkup on you. I'm just me, and I can feel it.
Right.
You can always feel it, bro.
Right.
I've
Yeah.
never been with the like pseudo check on me, pseudo. That's to me, that's fake circle planning. You get what I'm saying? Like you trying to
Right.
Right.
plan the circle for when you actually need. Like, bro, if you just
Right.
call me with something genuine, genuine gonna feel genuine.
Yeah.
That's when it's real. If I call, I'm like, hey
Mm-hmm.
y'all, look, I got an announcement, dog. Can y'all announce this on the
Yeah.
pod? It's
Yep.
not irrational for me to do that. So yeah, that's
Nah.
that's all I was saying.
Uh-huh. Hey, do y'all? I
Right.
got a quick
Right.
question for y'all. Do y'all feel
And
that when
what's up, bro?
no? Do you feel that when cats do that? Do you think it's a form of like intimidation or jealousy, or they just don't know?
I think it's I
Uh,
don't know
I
is
think
up
all
there for
three.
me. For me, I think don't know is up there.
Number. Okay, got
Yeah,
you.
I think don't know definitely. I think that's highly because I've been that way before. I think we all guilty to it. It comes with
Yeah.
immaturity. I feel like, and then when you get mature, you kind of switch.
Yeah.
You see a pattern. If you're smart, you'll change.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. Go ahead, James. I don't. I think it's
Yeah.
enough. Don't know.
I believe, especially with, and we're talking about gatekeepers, right?
Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I believe that people, they some don't know. Like, hey, bro, I never heard of you, but if I did, you're more than welcome. I'm more than welcome. Will assist. Then
Hmm.
there's others, because I've been in this musician thing and preacher thing. I've been doing this for more than a decade. All
Right.
right, and
Yeah.
so there are people are who legit don't really know you. Okay, you ain't been doing this for a while, or they don't
Right.
know
Right.
you
Right.
on a
Right.
certain level. That's understandable. But there are some who have ties and don't want to put nobody else on.
Mm,
And me as a
got you.
person, I've always said if I'm at a certain level, and you can't help everybody, because some folk are vindictive. I understand that. That's
Yeah.
where discernment come in. But
Yeah.
there are some times where people that are at a certain level who think they've arrived, they won't help nobody else
Yeah.
because they don't. I guess they think if I help them too much, they might surpass me,
Mm,
and that's
yeah.
crazy talk, man. Because uh,
And
we
and
all should be.
I got two things. Whenever you're done, I got two
No, go
things.
ahead, go ahead, go
Oh,
ahead, man.
oh, oh. So I was gonna say two things. Number one, first quote kicked in my mind was only, only people at the bottom see competition, people at the top see collaboration. Simple as
Mhm.
that. Simple as that.
I love it.
That's number one. Number
That's number
two,
one.
I would love to know, from your perspective, or even just the person that wants to be in a position that feels like they're being quote unquote held back or like gate kept. What is the desire to be a part of something that doesn't want you? Like, because I was there. I was wanting to go, pro. I did every tryout, whatever, and I never made a 54-man team. I never actually got to sign an NFL contract. And so one day it dawned on me. Learned this from a 17-year-old kid. He said, like, why I don't understand why people want to be a part of something so bad that don't want them. And I said, boy, you don't know what you just said.
Yeah.
Boy, you don't know what you, and that kicked it in for me. And I'm like, why am I begging them?
Right.
Why am I I'm not getting my value. I can
Right.
get currency, but I don't get no value, really.
Value. Right. Right.
Like I don't, like so yeah, bro. That's what I see it as. What's for you, James, is for you.
For
And
you.
I'm maybe it's just
Mhm.
literal, or maybe I'm speaking figuratively. Like I don't know. We didn't share the conversation, but
Right.
if I was a preacher or anything for that matter, like it's matter of fact, a key and point. Speaking engagements. I got people who do what I do, speak, whatever, and they going into the schools and they going into the da da da, or even with the business, like people selling merch or whatever. Man, you said you've been doing this for a decade. I've been doing what I've been doing for a half a decade, professionally. Let me say it like that, and taking it serious. And I don't ever look at it as like, oh man, they did that without me, bro. He got my number. Why he ain't? I don't look at it like that. That was not my moment. That was not my moment. That was
Wow.
not my moment. And when you get there, if you was to get in that moment, you would be surprised. That's God. You will be very
Hmm.
surprised. It will feel unfamiliar. You won't feel the love. It won't feel common nature. It'll be something to be off, and you'll keep telling yourself that until something hit the fan, and you like, wow, I knew I shouldn't have did it. But nah, I'm telling you, like, no, no. At what expense is it worth? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
yeah, you got it.
Be- Because one thing that that especially me, I've and I'm gonna be transparent. I've put in for a few churches before. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna give the names of them.
Yeah.
Um, but
Nah, call them
sometimes,
out. Nah, I'm playing. I'm playing.
nah, we ain't gonna do that.
It was
Keep it professional. I
Go
keep
ahead.
my sources. I keep my sources
We'll
professional.
talk about it after the fight. You good? You
That's
good?
Right.
how. But
Krispy Kreme
there have been
Baptist.
times to where and that my inner childhood has surfaced when I felt rejected.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to
I
help
Okay.
got you.
somebody.
Yeah, that
Um,
trauma.
my inner childhood when I felt rejected because everybody's a little kid want to be accepted, want to be accepted.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Without going into too much detail, I was adopted by my grandparents, and so that inner child longing for acceptance
Talk about it.
um,
Wow. Talk about it.
surfaces up even in my adulthood,
Adulthood.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
and me feeling rejected sometimes stems into me wanting to be like, well, oh, so you rejected me, not knowing that God is shielding me from a heartache or He's shielding me from something that I'm not
From a
even ready
much
to
greater
handle
rejection.
yet.
From a much
Yeah,
greater rejection.
for sure.
Yes, yes, yes. And so a lot of people, including myself, need to get to a place to where we are healed in certain areas
Yeah. Man.
before we start knocking folk down. It's like, I can't believe you ain't gonna accept me, even with job applications and stuff like that. God
Right.
sometimes block things not to hinder us, but to keep us from destroying our life, man.
Right.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine being immature at a mature for a mature blessing? You're gonna destroy it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so sometimes guys like Lord James, you need to mature in certain areas. See,
Yeah.
you thinking like a street dude right now. Now I need you to think whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are of a good report. Think on
Right.
them
Yeah.
things. I ain't
Right.
thinking about them things right now. I'm thinking about how am I gonna get this dude back? We have to be prepared for what
Yeah.
God has for us. Not because he just promised it to us. He wants us to be prepared for it.
Right.
And so many times we go into situations, and I've seen people, they had the talent, they had the charisma, but Pastor says they didn't have the character to keep them there.
Yeah.
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 For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
For
we
sure.
so sometimes we try to jump in a lot of circles. Oh, let me get in this, then this, and our character won't keep us in certain areas. So
Yeah.
sometimes that could be God shutting the door, not to hurt you, but to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that helps somebody today.
No,
Yeah.
most definitely. For sure. And then why y'all James, while you was talking, I thought about because when you're I think all three of us have dealt with this on some level.
Yeah.
We care about people and not saying we catering to them, but we want to see everybody win. So when
Yeah.
you out
Hmm.
here giving your love or your respect or your
That's what it
adoration to
is. Yes.
whoever, like you thinking you gonna get that in return. You like I thought everybody was
Yeah.
I
trying to
thought
show
everybody
love,
get the chips.
Yeah. P.
especially when you in the church or you in musicianship, are you on the team? You thinking everybody is on that. One of my favorite quotes, even though it was a movie, I don't remember the Titans. What my boy said, team? What team? No, no, no. See, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out there and get mine. You know what I'm saying? Now they was dealing with like super adversity, right?
Yeah.
But he understood, he looked at it from the external and looked everything from a big picture. He was like, I'm gonna be a part of the team. I'm gonna do my part, But this all kumbaya type of stuff y'all on, I ain't
Yeah.
really gonna do
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And when you on a team, sometimes we come in, and maybe this might be out of order for me, but trusting too early. Um,
Yeah.
and for me, this me speaking just from my point of view, like trust is earned.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only saying that now because of learning through the years of, as Usher would say, he was talking about a chick, talking about let it burn, but some people done me like sideways. And I'm like, oh, and I go back and I check the math equation, let's just say that, and I realized the Y really don't equal MX plus B. So I had to switch up the way I was executing trying to get to the solution. And I seen the main thing was kind of what we spoke on earlier. Everybody don't come from the same background. Everybody has had different experiences. A lot of people haven't, as James, like you said earlier, haven't healed from certain things. So they on demon time anytime they come across a person that's kind-hearted and they
Right.
trying to get over or trick you out your spot or make you feel some type of way because it's all about a power, power trip or power control for them, and they might not even do it for like competition. It's just for kicks and giggles because somebody messed over them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for us who bring the spirit on the scene, uh, it can kind of, it definitely shakes up the atmosphere. And sometimes we can see those snakes in the grass. But it's times that some people, they put on one great act, give them the Emmy award, you know what I'm saying? Give it, they winning, and sometimes you don't realize that till after the fact when, they try to, talk bad, talk down to you, not around you in your face, but
Mm-hmm.
behind your back,
Right.
like you
Right.
said, James, they gatekeeping mode where they trying to keep you out. Uh, but as Nick said earlier too, when you realize the value of, that's why the work is so important, the individual work. When you realize the value you bring, usually when you
Mm-hmm.
jump up on the scene, you can peep that ill intent or the motive from those who seek to kind of destroy or tear you down. You know what I mean? It's just for me, the older I've gotten, the more I can peep it. It's they words, they actions. It just don't line up because now this is what I do know. Uh, is that anybody who's really putting in their work, like you can feel, man, you can like feel it's crazy. You can feel it. And it's just like us. We not with each other every day. We don't talk to each other every day. But anytime we get on here, you got the three different perspectives, but it's all about elevation. Ain't nothing about tearing nothing down just because you think different than I do, or
Yeah.
you do things differently. Might
I was
have a
about to
different
say,
order
and
of
we don't
operations.
agree on everything.
And we don't,
You
you know
ain't
what I'm
got
saying?
to. Yeah, exactly.
We had three
Nope.
disagreements before the podcast started.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah. But
We
the
had
main thing,
three.
yeah, the main thing is
Three.
we all trying to elevate though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you
yeah,
said, Nick and James, like what God got for me, it is for me. I think it was a song that started off something like that,
yeah.
and
It's a
like you
song.
say, ain't no competition when you own you stay in your own lane, you know what I mean? I'm
Right.
Yeah.
on I dictate the speed over here, you know what I'm saying? I need to put on
Mm-hmm.
cruise
Um,
control, I can punch that gas and go 0 to 160.
Talk about it, G. That
Yeah,
Bishop
man.
P. Bishop P. Stop
Yeah,
Right.
playing,
man.
bro.
Right.
You crazy.
And
That's
so
no, for real.
one.
That's pressure, bro. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
I had even typed up some notes, bro, and you tackle like two out of the three things I was gonna say. So I'm not
Oh,
gonna
that's
double
what's up.
back. That no,
No,
seriously.
double.
You
Yeah.
nah, you coming with it. I'm gonna tell you.
Double
I'm gonna
back,
say the
bruh.
other things.
Repeat.
Yeah.
Go
No,
back.
no, because that was tough, bro. The other
Mm.
things that I typed down was integrity is my compass.
Oh,
That's how you
yeah.
find like if you use integrity, integrity gonna find you
Yeah.
integrity. Now you
For
might,
sure.
like you
Mm-hmm.
said, you might have people that's faking it, but the real integrity gonna show it. You
It's
can't
gonna
fake
show.
integrity, bro.
Nah.
You cannot fake it, bro. You cannot fake it, man.
Mm.
Matter of fact, I give you another example. I ain't gonna go to the example yet, but do not. The next thing that I had says, do not disrespect your nucleus by giving their loyalty away.
Mm.
Do not
Mm.
disrespect your nucleus by giving their loyalty away. I will do business with anybody that that uses integrity as they, I can tell you there's some integrity there. Even if they can all everybody got stuff to work on. They can always have something to
Oh
work on.
yeah, for
But
sure.
however, as far as my loyalty to them, man, me and James will have a real problem if he put me ever before a little bit, or his daughters, or Chris. We would have a
Yeah.
real problem. We would have a real
Hmm.
problem.
Right.
We would have a real. I wouldn't expect that. You get what I'm saying? So my
Right.
thing
Right.
is like that's their loyalty. That loyalty belongs to them. You can't just be out here just giving it away. Especially they don't know the ones that you're giving it to may not even know how to receive it. It was not
You
designed
gotta
for
grab some of my
them.
ninjas.
Yeah,
Right.
that
Right.
loyalty was not even designed for them, bro. You giving them
Right.
something they can't handle. So now they think you
Mm-hmm.
sweet. They
Right.
think you sweet. They think you, oh man, buddy, he green. Oh, that's a,
Yeah.
and that's where it comes in because you're giving
Right.
them something that was never for them.
That's bullshit. Mm.
It's a
Right.
formula. When
Right.
you start looking at it like a formula, then you like, oh, okay, don't worry about it. I got it. Don't worry about it. So that's
Right.
how, once you
Mm.
identify with that, now you know what's for who. Like okay, I'm not finna call you and ask you to come to my birthday party. You're not that friend. If I need to go speak to some kids, you're right there. Put
Right.
people in their loyalty position.
Ooh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Put
Yeah.
people in the position that you know they loyal with.
Right.
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 I got homies that do whatever. They can turn up. They know how to turn up.
Yeah.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
calling them when it's time to turn up. If I just celebrate, I'm celebrating. We just signed a contract, whatever. Them they turn up. That's what they
Right.
for. That's nothing against turn up. Don't bring the turn up to the business meet. That's not what
Right.
this
Right.
this. So like
Yeah.
I said, just and I just like yeah, that was it. Really, just being
Yeah.
appropriate. Like same way you appropriate yourself, James. When you're in different crowds, you gotta appropriate and control the crowds. Like
Yeah.
know the melting pot, know the ingredients that you bringing together. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it don't be for everybody. But also
Yeah.
too, when you was talking, P, I just got to thinking about like Brad. I didn't want to cut you off because you was grooving, but I just
No,
was
no, you
thinking
good.
like I miss being innocent and ignorant. I miss that.
Oh, oh
I
yeah.
miss that, bro. Bro, I miss
Uh,
that though.
I can
Do you not
understand
miss?
why.
Do you not miss when you was unaware of everything going around, bro?
Right. Cause
You
you
was
you
out
free
here
for
right.
la
all.
la 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 la, bro. What bothered
Ain't
you
no
when you
bullets
was
in the gun. We
ignorant,
just we just
bro?
Yeah.
Some stuff I'd be like,
we just
why? Why am I don't.
Yeah.
The awareness can bite you sometimes. I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
bro,
right.
I miss being
And it
green.
bites it bite it bite at the wrong moment because you be like, we grooving and all of a sudden you be like, do I know
For
Yeah.
you?
real, for
I don't know you,
real,
bruh.
for
You be
real,
like, let
for
me
Right.
back
real.
off a little bit, bruh, because he
Hmm.
get too much info, and I don't really know this joker like
No,
that.
for
So
real though,
Yeah.
for
it's
real.
and that stems from past hurts,
Trauma.
um, yes, past traumas. Because
Capital T.
when folk do you wrong, and it be folk that you don't expect, I expect certain people to do me wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it's that one that you don't expect, bro, they come in with a knife and you be like, and you looking at them while they stabbing you, like, for real?
But James
You
too.
killing me
Stay right
now?
there. James, stay right there. Would it be trauma if it was a stranger?
No.
My
Mm.
point exactly. That's where trauma comes from.
Because I
Fuck it.
expect that
Mm.
We
from
done.
strangers.
We done. It would never come from a stranger. You would never get trauma from a stranger. Never.
Yeah.
The real trauma comes from love.
Yeah.
It comes from love. That's that feeling. That's trauma.
Let
The
me hold
what
on.
I thought loved me hurt me. Church trauma. We ain't gonna I'm a,
Yeah.
we ain't
Boy,
gonna we
Hey.
ain't gonna we
the one who I thought
Right.
would
the,
die for me be the one that killed.
the
Hey.
one come on. The one place of refuge.
Be the stabber.
Imagine getting shot at the hospital. You go to the hospital to get shot.
Mm.
That's the same as that. This is what
Yeah.
I know you as. You've branded yourself as where I get cured, where I get pampered, and I come here and I get shot.
Hey, y'all lied.
Bruh.
Yeah.
It's
Sit
just
Don't
set
like
the
at the
scene.
end of every movie, bruh. They the killer? No.
Right.
You
Exactly.
you think you done went 30 different routes.
come on,
It be the very one closest to you, bruh.
come on.
And
Come
so
on.
Yeah.
one thing, and this is where I have to learn spiritual things like Jesus did with Judas.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Even that was for a purpose.
Right.
Without Judas' contribution, we won't have redemption.
Yeah.
So without that trauma that that person did, we wouldn't be aware
Yeah.
and we'll be
Right.
clueless. It
Yeah.
wouldn't help. It wouldn't help our purpose. So I think God allows certain things to happen to us to develop a purpose, to develop even some strong feelings. Not
Yeah.
Yeah. I
necessarily
agree.
cold hearted, but understand the game, man. And
Right.
Yeah.
so
No, for real.
and so
And to
man,
that,
Nick
to that,
Nick Nick
don't
is
don't go
Nick, you
nowhere.
been spitting, bruh.
But don't go
Yeah.
nowhere right there. Don't go nowhere right there because I like that,
Take
bro.
the
When you
mic.
realize that too, even what you just said. I've never seen a passionate person that had everything they need in life. I've never seen it.
Yeah. I
I've
agree.
never seen a
Never seen it.
passionate person that never went through nothing, that was silver spoon fed. I never, never.
Mm.
You only get passion from failure, from trauma. That's the
Yeah.
only place that you get it from. It
Part of
don't
the
come from
process.
everything. So we walking around, man, why this happening to me? Why this? Bro, I know my partners think I'm crazy. My sister, brother, they shook. My mom, I know they think I'm crazy. Bro, I got
Mm.
the last time something happened and I was in a hole financially, mentally, spiritually, bro, I got to shouting. That's the level of insanity, bro.
Yeah. It's
I
for a
got to
reason.
shouting like, ah, here you go. My girl,
Yep.
like,
What?
that's like, what are you cheering about? And she's
Right.
hot.
Right.
Man.
You got two more bills and you need to hurry up and get a job.
Yeah.
What is
Make
you
it
worrying
happen.
about? Because if this is bad as it's gonna get, we good.
We good.
I stand
Yep.
on that.
Yeah. 10
And now,
toes.
now, now look at it. All right, then. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right.
If this the
Right.
worst that it's gonna get, we good.
Yeah.
Yo, the
Straight up.
darkest man. I used to hate my mama used to play this song so much, man. The darkest hour is just before day. I used to hate that song. She played it so much until it snapped 2 years ago. Man, I was in a real rut, financially, mentally, emotionally, relationships, spiritually. It was just a lot bearing down. And I couldn't do nothing right. Couldn't do nothing right, bro. And I kid you not, that song, like, my mama was drilling it in me. I didn't even know the meaning of it. I
Woo.
just couldn't stand hearing it. Bro, and that song spoke to me, man. Clear as
Yeah.
day. Song came out of nowhere. It said, the darkest hour is just before day. So if this is the get darker,
Get dark.
get even darker.
Yeah.
Right.
Cause
Right.
right after that, it gotta shine. It don't get no
Gotta
darker than
shine.
this.
Right.
So yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. I just when bad stuff happens, I just know something crazy good for to happen. So now I
Yep.
shout.
Because even in look, what did David say in Psalms 23? He said, "Listen, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'm not gonna fear no evil, because God
Yeah.
is with me. His
Yep.
Come
rod and
on.
staff comforts me.
Come
Guess
on.
what? He prepares a table before me in the presence
Of my
of
enemy.
those who've been digging ditches,
Come on.
those
Come
who've
on.
been trying
Right.
to, who lied on me,
Come on.
Stole
those
my
who
robe.
scandalized me, who tried
Come
to
on.
destroy my reputation. He's
Yeah.
prepared a table before me in the presence.
Hmm.
I feel
Yeah.
good now.
Yeah.
I feel
Oh
good
yeah.
now.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
It's a
Yeah,
wrap.
man.
Tune me up, E flat.
Tune me up.
Hey,
No,
this
I'm
right
just
here.
joking. But with the circle thing, and that's probably one place that God has been healing me from
Hmm.
is dealing with rejection and not knowing that rejection is sometimes a blessing.
Right.
Because if I was to be in a certain circle, would I be doing it because I
Right.
genuinely wanted to be in that circle,
Right.
Right.
or I feel like I've accomplished something?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Some
Yeah.
stuff you don't get because, like, when you get it, you think that's the end all be all. You lose the fight.
Right.
You
Right.
lose the fight, and I think that's just something that God put in lions. Lions will walk right past something dead. I want the hunt.
Right.
Will pass right by something. So I think that's to your point. Like I think that's what it is. Like rejection. You said sometimes. I think rejection is always good, bro. Always,
mhm.
bro.
Yeah.
Always. Like I'm hard headed, bro.
You need it.
I'm very hard headed, and everything. I thank God for the negative minded people in my life. If everybody would have told me I was gonna be big, you gonna be the man. You got it, bro. You got it. I wouldn't. I wasn't used to that. I was used to the you can't
Right.
bet. Now
Woo.
I'm finna come on.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna
Yeah,
do it.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. And
Bruh, I'm telling you, bruh, listen. Hold on. Let me speak life to my cousin real quick. She on here. Um, she said the sun is starting to coming out for me. The storm has been treacherous.
Mm,
I'm gonna speak life to my fam real quick.
yeah.
Um, Study the life of David. He started in the sheepfold. Uh, he started in the sheepfold, right? He started in the sheepfold.
Yeah.
Overlooked, even the prophet overlooked him. Samuel overlooked him
mm-hmm.
because he wasn't people's first choice.
Talk about it.
And
Yeah.
check this out. Saul was good looking, tall, and all that. But David was overlooked in the sheepfold.
Yeah.
But God, even in the midst of God, excuse me, even in the midst of people overlooking David, God never overlooked David. He started in the sheepfold, then went from the sheepfold to the
Yeah.
palace from being a fugitive, running for his life. So he went from bad, good to worse, and then ends up being the king. So
The
sometimes
king.
our journey starts out crazy, then it
Yeah.
gets crazier, then it gets
Right.
to the craziest, and then God elevates. And so,
Yeah.
Bunny, listen, uh, God will show you the greater in the midst of what you're dealing with. He's gonna show you the greater, but when you actually walk into that greater, your mind gonna be blown of how
Mm.
much God has carried you and has taken you. Listen, we all start. We was all some of us still in the sheepfold. Some
Yeah.
of us
Mm-hmm.
are fugitives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
On the
bruh,
run, G.
everybody,
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody have to
For
get me, my
real.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when God wants that timing to happen for you, it's gonna happen just like that. And that's what I'm
And they
learning,
just gonna
man. That's what
fall
I'm
together.
learning.
It's just gonna
That's what I'm
fall
learning.
together.
Yes, sir.
Man,
I'm learning
man,
this.
when I say fall, it's going to fall together.
Mm. Yeah.
Like when SpongeBob, man, if you ever seen the episode of SpongeBob, they fell out the plane and they landed, and then the picnic stuff just started. That's how it literally falls together. I'm telling
Right.
you, like this experience, I'm not guessing right now.
Yeah.
This really,
Go straight up.
Yes.
God really cut up when he cut up. I
Hey,
be knowing
God
that
be
the
like, I
bigger
want
the
all the
test,
smoke.
the bigger the test is finna go crazy. The bigger the test, the bigger the testimony. It's finna go
Yeah.
crazy. The more you going through, man, bro. I look at like your storm as like a rubber band, and I'm pulling. The more you're going through, the further I'm pulling you back. The more you going. But what happened when I let go? Come on now.
Yeah.
What happened when I let you go?
Ooh,
Everything
wee.
you just running, you running into blessings. It's just gonna fall in you, man.
Yeah.
Telling you, bro.
Catapult.
Boy,
Telling you.
boy, this is boy, listen. When I tell you this, even the same psalmist says, uh uh, he anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over.
Come on now.
Boy, goodness and mercy shall follow me
Fall,
Follow me.
all
fall,
the days of my life.
all
We
of
got to get
that.
to
Oh.
listen, and it may seem like it's crazy now. It is crazy, as a matter of fact. It may seem like it's crazy now, and I'm talking to fam right now. It may seem like it's crazy now, but I guarantee you. Listen, I'm telling you, I know from experience that God will take the worst of the worst of the worst situations, and he, matter of fact, he wants the worst of the worst situation. He don't want an easy start. He wanted to be as hard as possible
There
to
you go.
show
Yeah.
you and
There you
me
go.
his
Right.
power, so we can give him the praise, so we can't take the credit.
Right.
I feel like preaching. If the dream is too
Right.
big, it's from God.
Come on.
Yeah. For
Come
sure.
on.
For
If it's
sure.
easy to get, it ain't from God. If it's too big, it's from the Lord.
Right.
Hmm.
And so I promise you, everything's gonna get better. God is gonna work that thing out. So
That's it,
hold on,
bro.
my wife
That's
said
it,
something.
bro. That's it, bro.
That's most definitely, baby.
Yeah, Joy definitely.
Most
It be on the
definitely.
way.
Most
It be
definitely.
on the back. It
Most
be on the
definitely.
way.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
sometimes what the hard thing is, God will show you a glimpse, and then he quiet, and you be like, God, but you told me this, and I guarantee it, y'all. Sometimes we be like, guys, you told me I was, you told me I was a pastor. I'm, 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 uh, I'm about to be 35. Time is coming up, and he
Yeah.
was like, James, I'm working some things out. All I need you to
Yeah.
do is walk the path
That's it.
and continue to serve your man of God like you will want to be served when you become a pastor. So you know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
do? I say, you know what, God, I'm gonna do exactly what you told me to do, and I'm gonna serve my pastor until
Hmm.
he kick me out, until God put me in the church. That's
That's
exactly
what
what
I'm
I do.
talking about, man.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
And
Hmm.
that's what you're supposed to do. You should
Yeah.
always serve, or and this is another thing. What bothers me, my pet peeves coming out now. You can't serve what you want to be. That bothers me.
Say it again. Say it again so they don't miss it.
You can't if you can't serve what you want to be,
Got you.
you you're not ready for it.
Yeah.
If you can't serve, David served Saul, Joshua served Moses. Do I
Come
gotta
Right.
keep
on.
going?
Come on. Wait a
Right.
minute, dog. Wait a
The
minute.
disciples served. You can't if you trying to be somewhere and trying to get to a certain level and you can't serve that level at the lower level,
Yeah.
if you're not
Yeah.
ready.
I look at
Yeah.
it like,
And
man,
so I take
I look at everything in the football, but that's right there. That's fundamentals that you build in.
Yeah.
That's the fundamentals. Three-step drop. Mr. Miyagi say, wax on, wax off.
Don't wax off.
Wax
Yeah.
on, wax off.
mm,
No, 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 no. Paint,
right.
fence. But no, I want to kick somebody. I'm ready to do paint, fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But you think
Some
it,
people can come out, come some people can come straight out first round and play first game.
come
Some
on.
folk gotta sit and wait.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I look at Aaron Rodgers, sat under Brett Favre,
But,
monster.
but but when it was his time though, Tom Brady,
But when it was his
sir,
time,
hold my
Yeah.
towel. Hey, hey, pass me my helmet. But
Yeah.
when it was his time though.
boy, I feel like preaching.
Hey
Straight up.
man.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm
For
done.
sure. Hey
Yeah.
man, yeah. Let me tell y'all, man, y'all on the money. I just want to add this part, and I've said it before. A lot of people get caught, like we said, with the circles. A lot of people, especially this over lifetime of
Yeah.
humanity, but especially here in 2024, they get caught up in the glitz and glam and the pomp and circumstance on, the social medias. Like I said earlier, a lot of people allowing the social
Oh, that's
media to
right.
be their nucleus of their circle, and they being fugazi, they being played. You
Mhm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
but the phrase I want to say is hard work beat talent when
When
talent
talent
don't work
fails
hard.
to hurt. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you can be that man and you can be that lady, the king or that queen, but regardless, you still gotta put in that work in order to stay 10 toes down every day instead of thinking somebody going, in the words of Destiny's Child, they're gonna cater to you.
Yeah.
You get the big head or the bobblehead or whatever you want to call it, and you get high
Right.
and mighty, and then a lot of people start losing themselves because, like
Yeah.
you said, Nick, earlier, some people come from that where they've been pumped up. You the man or you the girl, you can make it happen. Whoop, whoop. And they be like, yeah, you right. But when you don't have the ability to self-assess,
Yeah.
you can become your own downfall.
No,
You know
for
what I
real.
mean? So
No, for real.
I just want everybody to know, and I know we all do it. Uh, God definitely gonna make a way, but you got to do your part.
Nah,
You
for
know what I
real.
mean?
Faithful without works is dead.
It's dead, bro. It is dead. And then, like I heard somebody say, when if your car break down and you get out and push, you more likely to get help. But if you're gonna sit in your car and pray, man, I hope somebody comes save today. Good luck. Cause don't nobody even know your car broke down. They might think you taking a nap.
Yeah. She
Are you-
pulled over to get some directions.
right.
I'm going down the
Yeah.
lonely
She
highway.
just typing in her maps. That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
straight up, man. So with all this man, this life we live, man, we gotta do our part. I tell the wife, and I know y'all know this too, being on teams and stuff. It's a phrase that always stuck with me, man. The collective is only as strong as the individuals in it. So
Hmm.
in order for the team to be strong, everybody got to play their position. You
Right.
know,
Right.
whether that's friendship, marriage, relationship, you know what I'm saying, your brother, your mother, fathers, cousins, everybody got to play their position, you know, and be
Mhm.
okay, like y'all said, with serving. But you know, I'll just say this humanity, period. I don't know what it takes. Maybe it's excuse me, a humbling experience, but everybody don't have that servitude mentality. Everything's so
I'm gonna tell
instant,
you. Can I tell
and
you what it is?
yeah, tell
No,
me,
no,
doc.
no, no. Nobody want to be the two man. No,
Wow.
nobody woke up and was like, "Man, I can't wait to be Robin. I want to be Robin." They
Right.
want to be Batman. They want to be Superman. They don't
Yeah.
know. Nobody want to play the two. Nobody want
Ain't
to
no
play the
song
two.
called "I'm Number Two." It's called
Nobody
Ah,
"I
look at
Am
it.
Number
Cam,
See, that's
One."
the
number
call, bro.
two.
Nobody want to play the two right now. Nobody want to sit in the spot and shoot. You don't find many people who just want to
Yeah.
only just sit in the spot. Nobody want to play the two, man.
Right.
And when you really wake up and realize, like, for instance, I'll give you, man, to play. No bull, this who I am right now today because I taught myself. I had to learn it. Oh, I was taught, my mentor shared it, and I literally
Yeah.
was like, okay, you know what? Yeah, that's something I need to adapt. And I now, and I was just on the phone with my brother today talking about this. I
Mm.
now know how to be a two man. I was super because you said it, pumped up all your life. You always been that guy, but
Yeah.
it's a dynamic. You really have to shift your paradigm to be a person that always been known as the number one guy, the
Right.
it factor. And now you like, you know what? I really I like some too. I really want some too. I really want to be the two
Right.
man. Or like for instance, like us three we built a good enough bond that if he say, "Hey, look, I just graduated from I'm just saying some barber school,
Right.
and I want y'all to come, help me out or whatever." Or, "Hey, I got a better one. I'm hosting an event, man. It's gonna be at the Staples Center. Da da da. This is what we doing. Can y'all
Right.
come out and look out for me?" Now I like to believe that me and James pull up and. Even though James is his own entity, I'm my own entity. We all three have our own things going. But when
Right.
that person needs you, do you show up sleeves rolled up, ready to go. Not
Ready to
trying to be the
ready.
clean dude sitting in the back acting like you the
Right.
boss. This not
Yeah.
no, you're not a boss of this particular situation. You're a boss of what
Right.
you handling. I
Right.
now live in that. I got
Mm.
Mexican, literally, last thing I'm gonna say, Mexican partner and very much older than me, but we just grew close. He was in the gym that I was always in. We used to work
Hmm.
out or whatever. And they own, come to find out, just me being genuine person, always talking, speaking every time, greeting with a smile and a handshake every time I saw him. And he was like, "Hey man, why don't you come work for me?" Now I had a job, but I in my mind, I'm like, let me just see, just my curiosity. Let's see
Right.
what they do. Man, they own half of Southwest. The liquor stores, they
Yeah.
got an event center, mechanic shops. I guarantee you know this
Yeah.
family.
For sure.
Because of that, me being who I was, and then he asked me to come work for him. Worked for him. You wasn't getting nothing but 10 an hour.
Right.
In my opinion, at that time, I'm young. I'm single. I'm just graduated college. I live. Your event center is literally 4 minutes away, right there on University from my bet. You know what? I got you. I'll come out, free food, free
Yeah.
drink. That's how I'm looking at it. Plus
Right.
$50.
I
You paying
win.
me to turn up? That's how I was
Right.
visualizing it. You paying me to
Right.
turn up? Absolutely, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And like before I know it, like we grew a bond, and like now they like, how's your business? What's your profit? Now we discussing stuff that I never would even dream of talking
Right.
about. Profit margin. I didn't know what that was in 2018.
Right.
Man, what's your growth? Like, how are you? Do you okay? Well, do you have this? This AI thing taking like, and now we shuffling business,
Right.
teaching me
Mhm.
like, bro, you need to learn another language. When I was working, he was telling me to learn another language. Like, if you bilingual,
Right.
you make more.
Right.
You
Like,
do.
really spitting
Yeah.
game to me. So I'm like, bro, like I say, bro, just you never know. You just never know.
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
could
For
come a
sure.
hundredfold, but just being a genuine person, bro. Just
It
being a
do.
genuine person, it could come a hundredfold.
Man.
Mhm.
For
So
sure. And I tell y'all this. It's times like where you be in your own lane and you know what it feel like
Yeah.
to be that man, to
Yeah.
to be her or him or whatnot, or the life of the party. But I
Mm-hmm.
tell you, it is so rewarding. I don't know. To me, it feels greater when I'm able to throw the alley oop.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It hit different, bro.
Yeah.
And I think that people, because they so used to hearing it or being in certain environments, that they hopefully they have an open mind enough or run into the right person at the right time to help shift their mental so they can experience what that feels like.
Yeah.
And I know y'all know what it feels like, especially when really like loving a person. Of course, we can all be selfish at times,
Right. Right.
but
Right.
when
Right. Right.
your love really like shows through,
Mm-hmm.
man, it's like the God did an amazing job creating us first and foremost. But it's like, when we go to our jobs, we might put in some time or we trading or whatever, we get that money financially, right?
Yeah.
But I've come to notice, especially the older I've gotten, the more I try to continue to tap into the spirit. Is like when I do something not with any motive, but straight out of pure
Mm-hmm.
heart, like you say, being number two, man, God will give you the payment instantly. And you
Yeah.
feel it all over your body. Like it could be small things like maybe leaving a good tip for a waiter or a waitress at a restaurant. Or like y'all say, we done it all. Talking to some random stranger and you just like, hey, how's your good day? Like you just told you about your homeboy, just greeting them with a firm handshake and a smile and cracking jokes every now and then. Like
Yeah.
now, look, it been propelled into something totally different. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
usually, when you do it for like strangers, where God really put it on your heart to be you and really plant that seed, bruh, you get this like. For me, I get like this warm sensational feeling like, oh, I really did it. And y'all
Yeah.
know the times where you didn't, where God told you to speak, I told you to give, I told you to show up in a capacity you didn't. Like, and I've been trying, I think we talked about this last time where God put people in your spirit, telling like, hey, call them or text them, and then you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on you something happen, you be like, dang, I should have. So now you
Right.
start paying more attention to listening to that voice. So when you do start doing those things, you get that payment instead of a feeling of regret. It's
Yeah.
like a,
Yeah.
man, I did God's work today. You
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah, for real. Nah,
man,
for
I love
real.
it, bro.
Definitely.
That's where I'm
Most
at with it.
definitely.
No lie. No lie.
Yeah,
But yeah, even just
Definitely.
going back to this two-man thing, like,
Mm-hmm.
bruh, they taught me how to be a two-man. Honest to God.
yeah,
You'll never believe I learned it from some Mexicans.
yeah,
Told me a
And
Latinos officer president, man, trying to get
yeah.
canceled on here. But
Right. No, no,
but
no. You got you.
literally, like literally, and that's my family now. Like
Yeah,
family now. But
wow.
again, going back to your point, P, where your obedience is so many people tied to your obedience, bro.
man, bro.
You don't that go back to that well. Look
Hey,
how
go back
God
to the
making it
way.
right back together. That go back to the well.
Yeah, it
You
do.
man, you have no
No
earthly idea
idea,
the
man.
chain of effects that happen following your obedience, bro.
Right.
You
Straight
have
Right.
up.
no clue.
You
You
no
have no
clue.
clue. It's immeasurable. Actually,
Right. For sure.
it's immeasurable.
Yep.
We still reaping the benefits of Martin Luther King Rosa Parks. So you don't tell me
Man.
that you, James, or P or Nick can't. Come on, man.
Go to school where you
Yeah.
want to now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Straight up.
Mm.
Man.
Man, shoot. Listen, y'all, we done we done went past. Hey, I've learned we ain't gonna have a time limit on this subject. We done went past it. We
Right.
No,
usually
no,
try to
no, no, no,
stay.
no, 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 no. You got to though. You got to.
We got
But
to. We
because now
got
they
to.
want more, they like, okay, I want to finish that conversation, and we just keep where we was at and come back and double it
Yeah, yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We gonna
For
double
sure.
take back around. Um, thank y'all again for joining the lounge talk. It's always a blessing. It's always um, informative. It's always educational. When I'm talking to Pernell and Nick, man, it's always a good time.
Oh
We can
man.
agree
Yeah.
a lot. Sometimes we disagree, but we don't disagree that we all want to see each other grow and get better in
So,
life
Bro.
and
so
see. We always. I believe all three of us want. For us and for everybody to grow in this life, but
yeah,
ultimately to grow with your relationship with the Lord. I'm
And we hold each
always
other accountable. Solid.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
For real now.
yes,
yeah,
For
yes,
real.
yes. Cause
Get you that's your
Nick was
circle.
like, hey, we gonna hop on the pod, Jay. I'm like, bro, we gonna get to
Get
it.
you an
Let me know.
accountability
Just let me
crew.
know.
Get you an
Let me know.
accountability circle. That should be what
right,
circle means. Yeah, you
Right.
for sure.
accountability for sure.
We all need it,
Yep,
man. But I love y'all. And listen, y'all, thank y'all, those that watched. Thank y'all for joining the Lounge Talk.
for sure.
We love you. We thank you. Listen, share this, watch the replay. More than enough information, I believe, that can help us in life's journey. Thank y'all again. We love you. And listen, what Pastor Jack can say, Lord, let me not die. No, I ain't gonna do it.
Nah,
You don't know it, B. You don't know
I
it.
know,
let me
I think
Lord, let me not die.
I I
it.
know it's
So,
classic though.
yeah, he says, Lord, let me not die till I finish my work. For no
But
one
Right.
no
else
one else can do
could
my
do
work.
my work. That shout out to Uncle Henry. Shout out to Uncle Henry. He ain't gonna be on Facebook. He don't care nothing about that. But shout out to Uncle Henry. Um, Pastor Jackers always quote that. But listen, I love
Yeah,
y'all. God bless you. And until next time, thank you for joining the Lounge Talk. God bless y'all. Have a good rest
yes,
of the
sir.
night, y'all. Love you.
Hey,
What's good, my beautiful people? This is James, and I'm so grateful. Me and Pernell Maxwell are grateful that you took the time to watch the Lounge Talk. Listen, we're grateful, we're humbled, and we really appreciate you for supporting our podcast. Do me a favor, like, tag, and share. You are listening to the Lounge Talk. The Lounge. Whatever conversations you want to have or topics that you want to discuss, go ahead and drop it in our inbox, and we'll be more than happy to discuss those with you. Listen, I appreciate you. I love you. And listen, I pray the blessings of God over you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Relax. Listen to the lounge. Listen to the lounge.